Okay, friends, Merry Christmas and welcome to a sunny Tokyo. We are a few minutes early. I've been having a bit of technical issues a couple of times last week, so I wanted to make sure everything was working. But I will wait here for a few minutes before I start this walk, which is going to be a bit of a special one. But just since I announced it to start at 11 o'clock sharp, I don't want to get ahead of schedule. So why don't we talk about Christmas food in the meantime? What's your favorite Christmas food? And what do you eat in the place wherever you might live? I know that Christmas food tends to be quite different in all parts of the world. So it would be interesting to hear what you, my dear viewers, has been enjoying the most this Christmas. Personally, I'm Swedish, and in Sweden we like the highlight of the Christmas table is the Christmas ham, which is like a grilled big chunk of ham that we put some like mustard and honey and breadcrumbs on top of it and grill it in the oven for a while. And usually, at least in my family, we used to always have such a big chunk of meat, so it basically lasted us for like a week after Christmas. Then we had like ham on everything for a week. So it's really delicious the first time, but by the end of that week it's like, oh, I'm never gonna eat ham again. Nasi lemak. Is that a Christmas food? Salmon, potatoes, wine in Germany. Ah, I see. Sweden we have salmon as well and potatoes as well. And of course wine, but I think, yeah, we do drink like mulled wine or like glühwein, similar to that. But we also have a lot of schnapps that we tend to drink over Christmas. So ham is the highlight in many Western countries, I guess. Roast pigs. How's IKEA Christmas dinner like? I don't know. I haven't really had Christmas dinner at IKEA. I don't know if they serve it, but in Sweden most restaurants tend to serve this traditional Swedish, we call it julbord, which means Christmas table, and it's like a buffet of various things, including the ham that I mentioned, and then meatballs, sausages, potatoes. We have some type of cabbage that is quite typical for Christmas, as well as kind of thick salad made from beets. And what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. And salmon, of course. That's also pretty important for the Christmas. Julebord. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I miss it. So now, since I'm here in Tokyo, we did have kind of Swedish style Christmas dinner yesterday. So my in-laws cooked some Swedish food for me because they know that I'm missing Sweden, having been here in Japan for the entire year. So that was very nice. So we're almost at 11 o'clock. 2 more minutes, then I will tell you more about what this day has in store for us. Red borscht. Ah, yeah. The beet soup, Russian beet soup, isn't it? Or Poland, you have that as well. Maybe it's Polish. I don't even know. That's good. We don't have that for Christmas in Sweden, though. But I've had that soup in many other occasions. It's really good. Do you like Yngwie Malmsteen? Not really. No. Not so interesting. Not so much. This could potentially, yeah, I see that you already got started with the cone talk. this has the potential of becoming the stream with most cones, maybe. We'll see, just for the sheer length of it. Let's see, 1 more minute, then I will tell you a little bit more about what we're doing today. Cone factory tour, that would have been something. Unfortunately, I don't have access to that kind of high security facility yet, so no, that's sadly not what we will do. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. So, and I think I noticed one of you already managed to guess what I'm doing, and I also revealed it to my Patreon followers. So the plan is to walk all around the Yamanote line. I'm here in Shinagawa station, where I will start. I'll walk north from here today. And obviously, Yamanote line is about 35 kilometers in length. I won't be able to do all that in one day. And also it would, you know, there's certain technical issues to such a stream, like running out of batteries and whatnot. So I will split it up into a couple of parts. I'm hoping maybe 3 parts. So the goal for today is to start here at Shinagawa and walk north. Hopefully to Ueno. Hopefully even longer. But I would be a bit disappointed if I can't make it to Ueno at least. And on the way there we should pass places like Ginza, Tokyo Station, Kanda, Akihabara as well. And we are actually pretty close. So this is south. We will walk north this way. And this will also be the first time for me to have a look at the new station. It's not that new anymore, but the Takanawa gateway, which was opened last year. I haven't actually seen that station with my own eyes, so that will be interesting. I should have a beer at each station. That would be great. That would probably make for a very exciting stream. But since I'm supposed to be home by 4 today, because my wife has some things to do later today, and I'm gonna take care of our little daughter, so I don't want to do that while being drunk. So no, maybe 1 beer. But yeah, I'm excited. Maybe you can hear that I'm excited. I mean, it's a lovely day, and I think it's gonna be a good one. So to Ueno, it's about 10-11 kilometers. I won't probably walk in a straight line to there. And I know that my phone is fully charged. It should last about 3 hours. So I hope we will make it to Ueno in less than 3 hours. I think if I walk just straight and as quickly as I could, we could possibly do that in like 2 hours. So yeah, the ambition is to make this my... Oh, let's run before it turns red. The ambition is to make this my longest stream ever today. And I will probably touch on this later in the stream as well, but tonight I will do a Patreon only stream where I will reveal some details about a new project that I'm having in the works. So if you think that sounds interesting and or you want to support my channel, consider joining me on Patreon. The link is in the video description. But even to those who don't follow me there, I will tell you about this new project, but at a later point. So yeah, you're not missing out if you're not following me there. So no pressure. Let's project. Yes, project reveal. As I said before, I hope you all had a great Christmas. I guess some of you are still celebrating. It's still like Christmas Day evening in the Americas, isn't it? We had a really nice time over at our place. Little family gathering. Oh, truck with cone. Look at that. And it was the first Christmas for my little daughter, and she seemed to enjoy it a lot. She's getting very, very curious about food now. She's still a bit too young to taste, but I do let her smell things every now and then. And whenever I do, she often tries to get a bite of pretty much everything. So she's really looking forward to start eating. I can see that. So that was really nice, really good with some family time, really good with a bit of quiet, relaxed days, not so much work to do in a couple of days at least, so that's why I have a bit of time to invest into this new project that I'm super excited about. Christmas dinner coming up from, yeah, some of you are probably about to have Christmas dinner right now, right? It's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful. Du hörde mig i Simons podd, vad roligt. Jag är född i Malmö, uppvuxen i Norrköping, bodde några år i Stockholm innan jag flyttade till Japan. Oh yes, weather update. Weather update, of course. Coming up. Just a moment. So here we go. 10 degrees, reflection reveal. Let's see, probably need to, here we go. 10 degrees, calm winds, sunset 4:35. So we're already, that's the new station over there, Takanawa Gateway. Let's see if we can walk through it. I would like to see it a little bit up close. And then there in the distance you can also see Rainbow Bridge. I do still plan to walk across Rainbow Bridge at some point, but that's not going to be today. Oh, green light here. Yeah, if I'm doing 12k, this entire Yamanote line should be able to I should be able to cover all of it in 3 streams. So let's aim for that. Second part will be tomorrow.今日は暖かくて気持ちいい。そうですね。今日は気持ちいいですね。風もないし。Back-to-back long streams. Yeah, that's what time off is for, isn't it? And then we will see how it goes next year, because so from January my wife will go back to work and I will be taking care about our daughter a bit more. So it might be difficult for me to do long streams like this for a while. New walking shoes for Christmas? No, Sorry, it's the same old Nike sneakers. Looks like the gimbal didn't like that I aimed it down. Now it's a bit wonky. It doesn't want to give me a straight horizon. Get a camera mount for the pram. Yeah, potentially. I mean, I will do a few streams with her. I've already done that before, and I plan to keep doing that. But those won't be 3-hour streams. And also I'm a little bit limited in how far away I go. Rikuzen Takata. I've been there a couple of times. It was one of the towns that was mostly hit by the tsunami in 2011. Oh, thank you, Ray. Thanks for the super chat. Claudia, yeah, that was funny. That was last weekend, wasn't it? When that lady bumped into me and she was watching my stream while I was streaming it and gave me a bottle of tea. Very cute. What's your previous live viewing record? 700? I think we had like 800 at one point, didn't we? Long time ago though. That was before I got busy, and then my stream started to... I wasn't able to stream as regularly as I used to, and since then my viewers has actually gone down a bit, so I don't hit those numbers anymore. But hopefully it would be great if we could get a new record today. That would be awesome. Yeah, I don't know if it's a school day today, but I know that some schools have like club activities even on the weekends, so could be. And you know, yesterday was a regular day here in Tokyo. Like Christmas is not like a national holiday or anything like that, so same today, it's just a regular Saturday, so they could have been on their way to some school activity or something. So this is the new station. What's around this new station? I don't know. It looks like there's still a lot of construction going on in the nearby area. So as you can see here, we just have a massive construction site. I'm not sure what they're building here. But this area is kind of weird. Like, you know, it was this long stretch of Yamanote line tracks where it always felt like there's nothing in this part of Tokyo when you pass through here. I mean, I've never really given it a proper exploration, but it's a pretty bland part of Tokyo. It would be nice if they could do something to kind of revitalize it and make it a little bit more interesting, I guess. So yeah, station building. Of course, there's a Starbucks and massive construction site here. Some former train yard. In Sydney, it's Saturday and Sunday are not school days. Yeah, in Japan, Saturday and Sundays are not school days either, but they have this school kind of voluntary school activities, like playing some sports or in a band or something like that, and those tend to be done mostly or sometimes on the weekend, but they don't have like class or anything. So it looks like the only way in... okay, I see. If we walk upstairs we might be able to pass through here. Let's see. Yeah, this would be, space could be used for something much nicer, I think. There's nothing. Just like ticket vending machines. So we're next to Takanawa Gateway Station, which is between Shinagawa Station and that's Tamachi over there, I think. Let's see, is it only, yeah, looks like it's only Starbucks up here. Well, maybe we can walk across. Such a weird station if you're not really able to walk through it to the other side. Ah, but it looks like we can. Or, yeah, maybe we can. I think we can. Looks like a pretty nice Starbucks, to be honest, for being a Starbucks. But I can't get through here. That's weird. All we can do is observe the view. Hey, my family and I really love your channel. Greetings from Mexico. Thank you so much. Very happy to hear that. Yeah, so it looks like I can't go through here, so I have to go back all the way I came from. What a shame. You have to buy stuff. No, but even if I buy coffee, I don't think I can go through to the other side of the station. At least, okay, so they're building. There's some stairs here, and you can cross, but not right now, as there's this wall. But what I can do is, like, I can go down the stairs I came up, and then walk down here. And continue my walk. So let's do that. Yeah, I could take the train, of course, but since this is a walking channel, that would kind of be cheating, and the point of this walk is to walk around all of Yamanote line, so taking a train right now would be completely out of the question. So here we have, this is what I'm trying to do, right? So we started here at Shinagawa, and I hope to make it to Ueno today, passing all these stations on my way. This station opened last year, maybe about 6 months, no, maybe almost a year ago, actually. Tokyo, technically it's Tokyo Explorer. Yeah, I guess you're right. And I do have some train and bus riding videos and whatnot as well. So I shouldn't say that it's only about walking. Yeah. The current project is to walk around Yamanote line. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to Tabata station. Tabata nothing. I've never been there. Never. That's like probably the only station on the Yamanote line that I've never actually used. So it's gonna be fun when we get there. when you were focusing on the stations this way, Google Lens automatically translated the station names. I don't think that was Google Lens. That was translated. The sign was in English. Miss all those stations. The train system was hard to navigate at first. I finally got used to it after a week, but then I had to leave. Yeah, I think it's quite like you get used to the train station here pretty quickly, I think, and it's so convenient when you do. It's like it's definitely gonna be the thing I miss the most whenever I leave this place. Just how amazing the public transportation is here. Which line do you find more convenient, JR or Tokyo Metro? I think the metro is more convenient and more useful for me in my everyday life. I tend to use the metro more. It's usually quicker to get somewhere using the metro, but a big reason for that is because the train line that I'm on is neither metro or JR. It's one of these smaller private lines called the Toshi line, run by a company called Tokyo Corporation. Anyway, that line, when it reaches Shibuya, which is the last stop of the Toshi line, it automatically becomes a JR or Tokyo Metro Hanzomon line train and just continues into central Tokyo. So I don't need to get off or change train. I'm automatically on the Tokyo Metro. So I tend to, use that a lot because it's the most convenient for me. But it depends on where I'm going. Merry Christmas from Fukuoka. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, weather's great here. Around Osaki, no, we just passed the Takanawa gateway station, and now I think I'm walking towards Tamachi station, which should be somewhere over here. Osaki is more closer to Shibuya direction. What's the difference between Fukuoka and Tokyo? They're different cities in vastly different parts of Japan, and very different in terms of size as well. Also, people speak with an interesting dialect there. Hakata-ben. Oh, cone per. Big impressive cone parade coming up here. I really like this channel. It gives me more ideas about Japan. Thank you so much, and by the way, Merry Christmas. Thank you, Sayori. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the kind words. I hope you're keeping count, Ray. I really hope you do. And you need to remember to include this guy as well. And these two. Make sure to show rent prices if you pass a real estate. Okay, will do. Will do. Have you ever recorded a live stream and an earthquake happened? No, haven't happened yet. At least not an earthquake that I've felt. Yamaha. Wonder if it's like their main office. No, it can't be their main office. It's so small. Yeah, the cones never stop. Cones. Okay, so do you prefer Fukuoka or Tokyo? Well, I've only visited Fukuoka like 4 times, and always just very briefly. Like, I think the longest I've stayed there has been 2 nights in a row. So it's really too early to tell, but I do really like that city. I definitely think it seems like one of the nicer cities in Japan that I've been to, and I wouldn't mind living there if I ever had a good reason. Seems like a good size. It's in a nice part of Japan. Comfortable climate, many things to see and do. Good air connections to the rest of the world, which is quite important. I don't see any cones. Here's cones. These are cones. There's cones everywhere. Sapporo covered by snow this time of the year? Yeah, I think so. Should be. Are we already getting close to Tamachi? You get heads for the Switch. I don't even know that game. Haven't heard of it at all. But probably not. I'm not really buying Switch games these days. I tend to buy just PC games. Yeah, Segafredo is Italian. They have plenty of shops here in Tokyo as well. Pretty good. Like, if you want a quality coffee, Segafredo is usually a safe bet. Do you have a destination to all your walks? Asks Paula H. No, not to all of them. Today I have a pretty clear plan. I'm following the Yamanote line, but most of my walks are pretty random actually. It's more like I tend to squeeze them in whenever I have the time, and if I have an errand somewhere, then I try to, if I have an hour of free time, then I just do a walk around there. That's how most of my walks are planned and conducted these days, because I'm quite busy with work. So yeah. God jul och gott nytt år. Merry Christmas to akemashite omedetou. Hai, akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Yeah, again, since I'm just doing these walks, it's just a little hobby project for me. If I was a bit more strategic with my YouTube channel and plan things more ahead, I think it would be much more successful actually. But yeah, I'm just doing it as a fun little side project, so I just have to squeeze those walks in whenever I have the opportunity. Yeah, I am really curious about Cyberpunk, but I think it definitely seems like it's one of those games that needs to mature a little bit before it's actually going to live up to its full potential. So maybe sometime next year, if I treat myself to a new graphics card, I can enjoy it. thank you from Toronto, Fanzux. Thank you so much for the super chat. But I'm happy to hear that my walks are more interesting than Cyberpunk. This is a pretty cool building. I think the graphics is better in my walks as well, right? Even with ray tracing enabled in Cyberpunk, I think my walks should look better. Or? How many languages do you know? I know kind of 3.5, we can say. I speak Japanese, English and Swedish regularly, and then I do also know a bit of German. I used to live in Germany before I came to Japan, but I forgot a lot of the German language now, so I wouldn't say that I'm, I don't know it completely. I finished Cyberpunks, but had to play on my GTX 970 on lowest setting. Was it good? Was it a good experience? I mean, without putting too much emphasis on the technological bit and the fact that you had to play on a relatively low-end settings, but do you feel that it was a good game otherwise? Weren't you working on a game yet? Yes, I am working on a game. It will hopefully be released in January. So I will tell you more about that once there's actually something to tell you, but yeah. Ooh, this looks over there. That's a pretty cool building as well. Do you see? What is that? Looks really interesting. It seems very empty for Saturday in Tokyo. Yeah, this area is not really... This is pretty much an office area that I'm walking through right now. So since it's a Saturday, it's very quiet around here. But I think once I get closer to Ginza, it should be a little bit more lively. But it's also, we have like record number of COVID cases in Tokyo, and we're being asked to not go out too much. And yesterday it was also reported that they found this new British strain of the virus here in Japan. So maybe that makes some people reluctant to go out as well. Where did you learn Japanese? I went to a language school here in Tokyo 10 years ago. We have Tokyo Tower over there. This is actually a really good photo spot. You can get some nice photos of Tokyo Tower, and especially at night if you do like long exposures with the traffic in the foreground. It's a pretty good spot. But I will be heading this way. こんにちは、いい天気ですね。そうですね、いい天気ですね。今日はとっても気持ちいいです。 Yeah, I think this part is pretty boring, but we have to pass through here anyway, so shoganai. Do you speak Portuguese? No, I do not speak Portuguese. You were right here yesterday. Oh yeah, that's funny. You work around here? No, I don't speak Thai. I speak Swedish, English and Japanese. And a little bit of German. You're eating KFC and listening to Wham's Last Christmas now. Nice. They should have a song called Current Christmas. My internet is so slow I have to watch on 4040p. Oh, that sounds painful. I'm happy to hear that you're still sticking with me. Were you born in Japan? No, I was born in Sweden. I came to Japan when I was 25. And yes, KFC for Christmas is a thing here in Japan. How did you learn kanji? I studied. When I studied, I actually found kanji one of the most fascinating parts of Japanese language. So I really enjoyed studying kanji, and I think my reading skills are, I mean, considering how long I've lived here, they're not good, but I think I can actually read better than I can speak. But I can't write at all, certainly not by hand, but even with a computer it's like writing in Japanese is very difficult for me. But somehow I can read relatively well, even more complicated texts. There's some nice smaller shopping streets around here actually. It's a little bit more of a residential area, but I will stick to the route. TE is 35 today. No, I'm actually 38. 38. Can't believe it. Rump cap. Kanda no niku ga aru. But we're not in Kanda. Lots of constructions going on around here. was your experience with German? Oh, I studied that when I was in high school, so it's a really long time ago. But it was pretty frustrating, especially because they put so much emphasis on the grammar in school, and the German grammar is quite convoluted. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy studying it. But it's also relatively related to Swedish, so it's, in that sense, it's maybe not that difficult, I mean, compared to Japanese, which is just completely different. 天気いいですね。そうですね。いい天気ですね。Speak fluent Japanese. How long? If you're going all in to study Japanese, I would say a year and a half to 2 years of full-time studies will put you at a level where you are able to, let's see if we can go down here and maybe walk a little bit closer to the tracks. A year and a half to 2 years, I think it would put you at a place where your Japanese is good enough to, you know, live and work in Japan. Yeah, German grammar is quite infamous, isn't it? Looks like we should be able to walk along the train tracks here. You have pictures of yourself. Yes, I have pictures of myself, but I'm not sharing them here on YouTube. Those who support me on Patreon can see what I look like, because I do Patreon only live streams where I show my face from time to time. Nice little residential area and playground here. So many kids. What is Patreon? Patreon is a service that anyone can use to set up a kind of a membership website. So what I'm doing is that I have this membership function, so if people join me there and pay a little fee every month, they can get access to a bit of special contents. But it can be used in many ways. The link is in the video description if you want to check it out. How long are you able to walk without feeling too tired? I don't know. I like walking a lot, so don't really have any issues, especially not when the weather is nice. If it's too hot or too cold, it can be a bit exhausting, but today I think I could go on longer than the batteries in my phone will last. My sister-in-law is asking you if you're Japanese. No, for what, the third time this stream? I am not Japanese, I'm Swedish. But I have been living in Japan for almost 13 years now, and I studied Japanese. What are your plans for lunch today? Good question. Either We'll see. If we find something that I can eat while streaming, I might give that a shot. Otherwise I will eat after the stream. But we decided to have lunch separately today, so I will eat on my own before heading home. Yeah, I really need to put up that FAQ. Maybe that should also be part of this little holiday downtime that I have, to finally write that FAQ. Kind of convenient food. I don't know, if I find like a place with like tables outside where I can grab a meal, that would be ideal. In terms of for what food, it doesn't really matter that much. Here's a Indian restaurant under the train tracks. Pretty cool, I didn't know that. Have you ever witnessed someone servicing those vending machines? That's a good question. And yes, I see that quite often. It's not uncommon at all. You do see guys coming up to them in small vans and quickly rush out to refill them. Your occupation? I'm a photographer. Sometimes I write as well, but not very often. And sometimes I'm on TV. But mainly I'm a photographer. How about you buy a bento from a convenience and eat in the park? That's not a bad option. That could happen, yes. Not impossible. Even though I'm not a big fan of convenience bentos.あなたがメッセージ読めない場合は私は英語でそれを招集します。どういう意味ですか？ちょっと意味わかんない。Why are there less people? This is also kind of an office district that we're walking through now, and it's a weekend, so it's pretty quiet.私はスウェーデンに住んでみたいけどどう思いますか？いいと思います。もしチャンスあればぜひ。Looks like there's something happening here. Lots of fire trucks. No, I don't do like random shout outs to people, sorry. Yeah, there was some police on bikes, but there was also fire trucks. Have you ever witnessed a fight in Japanese streets? Interesting question. Depends on how you define a fight. I've seen drunk people arguing a couple of times, but it's really rare. I've never seen like people actually, you know, in a fist fight or anything like that. I've never seen that in Japan, at least not that I can remember. But I do see people argue. It happens every now and then, but again, it's not a very common sight though. So let's see where we are. 浜松町。今日どこまで行くんですか？今日はね、品川から山手線沿いの散歩です。多分上野まで行けると思います。もしかしてもちょっと。はい。We always saw a traffic accident there. みなとみらい来てほしいな。そうね、みなとみらいもまだライブしてなかったですね、あの辺。いつかできるといいね。あ、thank you Jenny, thank you. I just noticed your super chat. Thanks a lot. 500 viewers now, nice. Have you ever seen people walking around with a katana? No, I think that's illegal. And it's not like Japan is, the streets of Japan are full with samurais and ninja. If you thought that's only in some anime. お台場の方に、お台場で散歩したことあります。2、3回。今日はお台場に行けないけど、あ、this is cute. Some boats under this highway. And the train in the back. That's a pretty nice photo. I do have my Ricoh with me, but I would just be pulling it out all the time if I was shooting today, so let's not. Let's do a bit of map updates maybe. Directions. Was that Tokyo Tower on my left? Yes, it was. I did pass Tokyo Tower. Oh, you could see Tokyo Tower on the left. Let's see. So, station. There we go. Just to give you a little bit of an update. As you can see. So we started here at Shinagawa. Now we're here. Still have quite a bit to go. We're like what, less than a third throughout the walk. So I guess my estimate of about 3 hours is quite accurate because we've been walking for an hour now. So I'm just waiting for the light to turn green. There we go. My Japanese viewers would be very angry if I were to jaywalk. I think from here on it should be more interesting. This first part, I was expecting it to be quite boring, to be honest. But I have to pass it anyway. You have walked already 2 hours 18. No, I have not. That's the estimated time of the route. I walked for 1 hour so far. And according to Google, they think the walk from Shinagawa to Ueno would take 2 hours and 16 minutes. But since I won't be walking in the most straight line, it will probably take a little bit longer. And since I do plan to stop and have a bite or a drink somewhere as well. So I started in Shinagawa, at Shinagawa station, and I'm walking all the way to Ueno station, or possibly longer, following the train tracks of the Yamanote line. Should we take the smaller streets rather than walking along this big main street? Maybe it's more interesting to check out the smaller side street. Have you lost weight since doing this channel? No, I haven't. I probably gained weight because I'm actually home more now this year because of the pandemic than usual. So these walks are not really enough to keep me fit, unfortunately. No snow in Tokyo currently now. I walk from Ninomiya to Enoshima. Where's Ninomiya? Sounds like a good walk. Any walk that ends at Enoshima must be a good walk. Enoshima is so nice. Is it cold? No, it's about 10 degrees, so quite comfortable. Any predictions for your channel next year? I do have some plans, but that I will reveal here soon on this channel, and I will tell my Patreon followers a little bit about those plans in my next Patreon stream, which I plan to do tonight, actually, Japan time. So those who support me there will get to know my upcoming plans very soon. Have you ever been to Dotonbori in Osaka? Yeah, many times. I would say I go to Osaka on average at least once a year for work. Whenever I go there, I tend to at least pass by Dotonbori. Near Odawara, okay, I see. Ninomiya. Don't know that place. I don't know Odawara very well, but must be in a really nice walk then, along the ocean, along the coast. I would love to do something like that on this channel as well sometime. So we are very close to Hamamatsucho station. It's actually the Hamamatsucho station is here on the other side of this big building. Beer vending machines are pretty rare in Tokyo. Most of them sell only soft drinks. Trade Center の横のビルで来てきたため怪我なし。あ、そうですか。トレードセンターってこれ？もうあんまりよく知らないですね。Can you do a winter stream in Hokkaido snow? That would be nice, but currently I have no reason to go to Hokkaido, so no, unfortunately it's probably not gonna happen. Not this winter at least. Maybe sometime in the future, who knows? But your wife speaks English or Swedish, you use Japanese as the first language to communicate. So my wife speaks all those languages, Swedish, English and Japanese. So we mix quite a lot. Now it's a little bit more crowded on the streets here, as you can see. And over here we see top of Tokyo Tower. Did you ever meet abroad in Japan? No, I never met him. Can't wait till minute he starts walking like daddy. Yeah, that will be fun. I'm looking forward to that as well. Probably will take quite a while though. Chris Broad, yeah, that's his name. He's a funny guy. Would be cool to meet him sometime. Oh, this looks like a nice little coffee place. Oh, can I order here? No, not really. No, I have to go inside. Then I won't do it. If I could have ordered through the window, I would. Oh, I love this sign. I love this old retro sign. Tea room and snack lobby. Train tracks is over there, so we're still following the plan. Used to work for a neon sign production company. Nice. That must have been interesting. Do you like anime? Not so interested in anime. I wouldn't say that I dislike it, but I don't really watch any anime anymore. I used to when I was way younger, when I was a teenager, like 20 years ago. Then I was watching quite a lot of anime. Part of why I got interested in Japan in the first place. You went to that beautiful cafe when they play the classical music. You must be talking about that documentary with, what's his name? Barakan. Peter Barakan? That was actually a really nice, like I keep hating on NHK World because I think most of their programs are really bad. But that program was so good. I was surprised. I wish there was more shows like that, where they actually talked a little bit about all the different minorities living here in Tokyo, or like immigrants and whatnot, and also showing lots of local culture and the diversity of Tokyo, which is very rare. I wish there were more programs like that also towards the Japanese population. But yes, to answer your question, I've been to that place. I've been to that cafe a couple of times. But the thing is, you're not allowed to speak in there, so it's kind of like, I mean, it's an interesting experience, but it's not a place where you go with a friend because you're not allowed to talk. Cafe Candenza? No. Oh, you mean the one I passed? The one we're talking about, or the one I'm talking about with the classical music, is called Lion. It's in Shibuya. What anime did you watch in your youth? So I watched some of the early Studio Ghibli movies, and I think the first anime that I really liked was Akira, which I still think is a pretty awesome movie. I should actually rewatch it again. It's been a while since my last time. This is a nice photo. This man with the shadow against this plain background. If I had the camera, I would have grabbed a shot of him. Porco Rosso is great. Yeah, I love that one. How about Ninja Scroll? Yeah, I watched that one as well. It was maybe the first time I saw graphic adult scenes in an animated movie, which I thought was really interesting as a teenager. Naruto I never watched. Right, Akira is apex, everything after just pales. I think so. There hasn't really been anything similar since then, or at least nothing that has reached my, albeit quite limited, sphere of interest. Cowboy Bebop was good, yeah. Now we are getting close to... Where are we getting close to? We are walking closer towards Ginza. I guess next stop will be Shimbashi on the Yamanote line. So we're between Shimbashi and Hamamatsucho. Yeah, Italia Street. Right, I forgot to mention that, but this block is very kind of inspired by Italy. I've been here before. Yeah, I passed here on a night stream quite a long time ago. Some of you might remember it. I think Jenny gave me some snack money, and that was like one of the few times I actually bought snacks and ate on a live stream. Let's cross here before it turns red. There we go. And sorry, the chat is pretty active today, and I'm not really able to read everything because I need to be aware of my surroundings as well. So yeah, I'm trying to participate in the chat, but I'm also trying to get where I'm hoping to get without being hit by a car. Oh, a bit of Shinkansen just passed. So let me check the map again. Yep, we are indeed close to Shimbashi, a little bit further down this road. Nausicaa was on TV yesterday in Japan. Yeah, it was. I watched a tiny bit of it as well. Did you ever ride a Halloween service on the Yamanote line? No, I don't think so. What's that? Didn't know that there was a Halloween service on the Yamanote. Good luck, China Walker. Ah, that's Toranomon Hills over there. Maybe, should we pass here maybe? Let's do that. What do street diamonds mean? They mean that there's a pedestrian crossing coming up. And thank you, Old School Bible. Thanks for all your nice comments, always. Appreciate it. Hills over there, but oh, and a little bit of a Shinkansen train passing here. Use 60 FPS cam. Can't really live stream from a mobile in 60 FPS, or at least not very reliably, so sorry about that. The Shinkansen. Now we can see it a bit better. Oh yeah, you mean that stupid partying on the Yamanote line thing. Yeah, I heard about that, but I would never endorse anything stupid like that. That's just fulfilling everybody's worst preconceptions about us foreigners here in Japan. Hope you can take a walk in Shimokitazawa. There's several Shimokitazawa walks on my channel already, actually, but it's a nice area. I'll probably go back there sometime. Still makes its own phones. There's a few Japanese phone manufacturers, but these days a lot of people use iPhones and non-Japanese Android phones as well. So it's iOS or Android these days. These old Japan-only phones are slowly dying off. You still see some older people using them, but yeah. Hour and 20 minutes now, and we are at Shimbashi. So let's see. Not sure if we will actually make it to Ueno before my battery runs out, because I'm definitely not walking as fast as Google recommends, or I'm not taking the good route. We are... Sorry, I know nothing about cars or car prices, so I have no idea if they're more expensive or cheaper here than anywhere else. We are getting close to Shimbashi station. Salaryman heaven, yeah, that's correct. There's a few Japanese companies making, you know, pretty competitive smartphones, like high-end smartphones, also a lot of mid-range ones. But I think most of them are probably only released here in Japan for some reason, so they don't really make a big splash anywhere else, and they're not that popular here either. I think probably Apple and Samsung are the main phone companies in Japan. Or like most popular phones in Japan right now. This is the Shimbashi, the new Shimbashi building, which is very old despite its name. It's a pretty cool building, yes. It has a quite unique exterior. We had passed here in the previous stream. Yes, we had. We definitely had. I think I did like Ginza to Shimbashi or something like that. I'm not going into the new Shimbashi building now. But at least they modernized this entrance. But the rest of the building is very old. And here we have the steam locomotive that someone asked me about. Looks like it's very Christmas, full of Christmas decorations. Could be pretty in the night, I guess. Here you see the new Shimbashi building in all its glory. It does look like some Morocco building. Yeah, I kind of understand what you mean. So I will pass through the station here and head down towards Ginza. Let's see, what's the 62% battery left. So by extrapolating that a little bit, I should be able to go for more than 3 hours. So we might make it to Ueno. Who knows? Yeah, they call the steam locomotive SL. Yes, that is correct. It's the Tokyo Metro entrance. The Ginza line. We're just passing through here. That's a pretty cool tower as well. What phone are you using? A OnePlus 8 Pro. 62% means we have like 4 hours. Yeah, that should be right. But let's see. I don't think we're close to halfway. Yeah, so let's check. Of maybe we can make it to Ueno. Wait, is he walking for hours? Yes, I am walking for hours. I've been walking for an hour and a half so far, and I'm gonna walk for at least another hour and a half. Ah, Devil Works. Devilcraft, isn't it? I've been there, I don't know, since I have an American friend who kept telling me about this Chicago style pizza and oh, it's so great. And he took me there, and actually I thought it was really crap. Like, I don't know, that's not pizza, that's like some gross sort of cheese pie. I don't know, I'm not a fan. Too much cheese, too much junk food for my taste. That's the name of this avenue. I think, let me see, I think this is Chuodori, which is one of the main streets in Tokyo and the main street in Ginza, but I might be wrong. We might actually be 1 block away from Chuodori. Yes, we are 1 block away from Chuodori, sorry. This is not Chuodori. But we will get there soon. Oh, lots of Japanese flags on this street. Here too. I wonder why. Is it some sort of national holiday today? We usually don't put flags. Not the pizza. Block. Nice autumn beer, yeah. Would be good to grab a beer. It's not so cold today, so, and I'm walking relatively fast after all, so I'm a little bit warm. Could definitely do a beer, although it's still a before lunch, so grabbing a beer now would be kind of against my principles. Get a bottle of tea here. Maybe I should just have a soft drink. Or try to grab a quick lunch and a beer. 2 birds with 1 stone. Close to Ginza Main Street. Yeah, I don't know what the flags are for. Now we're coming up to Chuodori, the main street here in Ginza. And I could basically follow this street all the way to Ueno. It's a really long street. I was in Ginza just like a week ago. I was streaming from around here, wasn't I? So down there is Shimbashi direction, but we're walking north. Last Emperor's birthday, yeah, that's right. Could it be because of that? Maybe. Even though he's not the emperor anymore, maybe they're showing their respect to him by putting out the flags. That's probably why. By the way, just so you know, I'm noticing that we have really big lag right now. What you are seeing is probably 2 minutes later than when it actually happened, or at least that's what it looks like on my screen here. So yeah, just so you know. Ginza 6. I always kind of like this building for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just my second phone. Like if I refresh the stream, maybe it's more up to date. Not sure. Looks expensive around here. Yeah, this is the area with the most expensive land prices in all of Japan and maybe all of the world. I'm not sure. It's like Fifth Avenue in New York. I guess so. I don't know that much about New York, but I guess if Fifth Avenue is the most expensive shopping area, then yes, Ginza is like that. I'm eating gummy bears. I want to eat gummy bears as well. What do people say? Should we take a little detour and see if Coffee Person is around? We're not too far away from his little van, and I'm guessing he should be here today. But it would mean taking a little bit of a detour. I would still be pretty close to the train tracks though, so it would still be compatible with the plan of going to following the train tracks as much as possible. Yes, okay, let's do it. Yep. Okay, let's coffee. Let's Coffee Person. Let's go down here. I will tell him that the QR code was posted on my Patreon. Yes, I will ask him if he got many new followers. Yeah, Matsuya Ginza was over there, but I turned, and now I'm heading down to Yurakucho station, as I will be walking along the Yamanote side of the train tracks instead of Ginza. Oh, thank you, Jennifer, for the super chat. Thank you very much for the coffee. Notice it's 98 minutes. My arm is fine. I switch arm every now and then. Whenever I feel a little bit tired, I just switch. Or if I need to, switch arms to get a better angle. Oh yeah, Coffee Person made a post about me on Instagram. I didn't see that. I need to check that out. Oh, great. So he is open today. Awesome. How can I be notified when you take these walks? You can switch on notifications in YouTube if you're subscribing to my channel. You can also join me on Patreon, where I also send out the pre-notice, which seems to be a bit more reliable. A lot of people complain about that they don't get the notifications through YouTube, but I think Patreon notifications seems to work better. So I guess that's your options. Now we're crossing the Shimabashi crossing. That's the old Sony building used to stand there. Now it's down. Patreon, yeah, then you can set up email alerts as well. So that might also help. I think Omotesando is much nicer than Ginza. Yeah, I think so too. I'm not really a big fan of Ginza personally. I think it's an interesting, it's a visually interesting part of Tokyo, Ginza. but in terms of nice, I don't think it's nice at all. I mean, it's too luxurious for my taste. I love your videos a lot, sir. Greetings from Chennai, India. Thank you, thank you. Happy to hear that. Nice shopping haul. Okay, then the lag isn't as bad because on my phone I haven't reached that place yet, but then it's probably just my phone, my second phone is lagging very much. I will restart the stream on that one. We should be better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so forget what I said about the lag. Now actually the stream is very up to date, so maybe 10 seconds. Yeah, I don't think the chat is lagging. I get the chat messages right away, but the video feed can be much slower sometimes. But yeah, that's true. I mean, if the live was lagging, then you would get my answers much later too. So. Next street. Omote sandwich in Ueno. No, omote sandwich not in Ueno. I'm listening with headphones and the sound is great, very immersive. That's great to hear. I'm just using the simple or the mics in my phone, but I'm very happy with both the audio and video quality of this phone, so it's serving me very well. Feels like we reached a plateau at around 500 viewers. It's not really increasing from here. Maybe coffee person is preparing my coffee already. We'll see. I'm just a sucker for this street and the symmetry here. Very nice with all those golden leaves as well. Omotesando is pretty close to Shibuya, yes. Closer to Harajuku than Shibuya though. About 30 minutes ago it was 5:40. Yeah, so pretty much the same, right? Doesn't look like we'll be breaking any records today in terms of number of viewers, but that's fine. I always prefer quality over quantity anyway. It would be funny if he's watching my stream. Maybe you already gave him a heads up. So these streets, it's actually not as crowded as I was expecting. I've seen some footage from here at night and it's like crazy packed with people because of the illuminations. But I was expecting it to be a bit more crowded than this in the daytime as well. But that's good. It's a good thing. So we don't want crowds. There are many go salons in Tokyo these days. I don't know. I don't think I've never really seen a go salon. I don't know, is that a thing even? It's not something that I see normally. Okay, coffee person is here. Coffee person is here. Stream audio and visuals, by the way. Thank you. Good to hear. Hey! 元気ですか？元気ですか？元気です。はい、今日もです。はい。今日はね、山手線沿いに散歩してる。スタートは品川。品川から。そう、上野まで。今日そのぐらいと思います。その後多分バッテリーがなくなるから。そう、明日は上野からもうちょっと続ける。はい、もちろんすみません。So I interrupted him just as he was making his coffee. A bit rude of me. Should I go for today? I think I'll have another one of those cafe mocha. It was pretty nice, and I need something a little bit sweet. 今日もカフェモカお願いします。はい、お願いします。この間なんていうストリームを見た人はこの QR コードをアップしました。フォロワーが増えてきました。ああ、よかったよかった。So he did get some new followers after my last visit here.
So I want to try to speak English, but
Okay.
So 日本語が上手だから日本語で話したくなるけど、多分
英語で Yeah, you can speak English. It's okay. Then all my viewers will understand too. They will be very happy.
いろんな国の方がそうすごい見てたんで
じゃあ日本語でも大丈夫です。
大丈夫です。
もちろんもちろん。そうですね。メインはアメリカ人が一番多いですね。2番は多分日本。
あ、そうなんです
ね。そうと3番目覚えてない。でもヨーロッパのいろんな国も結構ありますね。People ask about his Instagram. So it's Coffee Person Tokyo. You can make a screenshot of his QR code if you want to. So yeah, you should follow him. He makes great coffee, and he's always friendly and very nice. I see that some of you try to post his link, and those get automatically blocked. And for some reason, I can't approve them. I'm not really sure why. Maybe some bug. I will try restarting my YouTube app and see if that helps.
変わった国の人とかってどういう国がいますか？
変わった国。
挨拶をチャレンジしたい。その人に通じるかとか。
そうですね。マレーシアとタイの方がもうあります。
スラマプタンスラマシャンタイはサワディカー。
そう。So he wants to greet some of my viewers from he knows how to greet people in a lot of languages. So if you have any requests, some exotic language that he can say hi in, let me know. Ah, ありがとうございます。As always, he always gives me a little bonus coffee. Thank you.
この間モロ
モロッコの方か。
さっきこの間言いました。
モロッコの、方もいます。はいはい。Preparing my cafe mocha. 今日人少ないね。週末なのに。コロナの。
そう、日本の政府が
そうですね。
発表してるから。すごい少ない。昨日とかのクリスマスのイベントもすごい少なかった。
そうですね。テレビも見ました。なんか。8時になんかイルミネーションを消えるんですよね。
あ、そうかもしれない。ね、
普段はもっと遅くまででも。
外だから。
そうですね。でも結構この辺人が集まる。特に夜イルミネーションを見るためにとか。あ、そうですね。じゃあ今追加で大丈夫？はい、今回 OK。550
円追加です。すみません。
はい。できるかな。
チェックしました。サブスクライブしました。
あ、そうですか。チャンネル。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
なので、なんかしたいなって思うんですけど、なかなか。
日本語でも大丈夫です。日本語でもチャットしてる人がいるんですけど。
そうなんですけど、練習。
いつでも。美味しい。
あまり来ないのかなと思ったら
大丈夫。ちょっと緊張してるかな。じゃあ、ありがとうございます。また来ます。ありがとうございます。はいどう。Okay, so I got my coffee. Let's sit down a little bit. Let's give my legs a little bit of rest here. One of those rare benches. I will even actually put the camera on my little tripod just for a few minutes while I rest and drink this coffee and catch up with the chat. So he said he wanted to participate more in my channel, but see, he was a bit nervous about speaking English. That's very cute of him. Let's just do a little 5-minute break here. What happens if you drink that coffee while walking? Nothing happens, but I've been walking for almost 2 hours now, so I think I deserve a little 5-minute break. Is it true that you shouldn't drink while walking in Japan? Well, it depends, I would say. In general, eating is not really okay. Drinking is fine for most of the time, I think. But I'm sure there's certain people who would be offended about that as well. Let us know how the coffee is. It's always good. I like it because it's not so sweet, even though it's cafe mocha. But it's, you know, it has a clear chocolate taste, but it's still also good coffee. So I like that. Battery life percent. Hey, battery life, nah, 49%. Is the coffee different from others? No, I just like this guy a lot, so I want to support him. But I mean, the coffee is nice too. But there's plenty of places that serves good coffee in Tokyo. But there are a few places with as nice staff and owners as this place. So yeah, I think we can have close to 4 hours stream. So I think we should be able to make it to Ueno. Generation of network connection with Japan uses currently. What kind of network? Mobile phone? Internet? I hope the sound from his generator isn't too annoying. Let me check the map. So we are pretty much, no, I think we're more than halfway now. So I think we should be able to make it. Depends on how much we will slow down in Akihabara. 4G or 5G? There's 5G, but it's still pretty limited coverage. So my phone and my plan has 5G, but right now I'm on the 4G network streaming. But there's some spots where I get the 5G signal. Gigabit fiber. Yeah, I got 1 gigabit fiber at home. We got the upgrade just last week actually. It used to be 100 megabits, and then last week they just updated to 1 gigabit for everyone. In real life I don't really notice much of a difference other than when I download big files from like Steam, but it was a free upgrade anyway, so happy to have that. Yeah. Okay, Ray, I was able to allow your comment now. We almost brought him 200 followers. Nice! Nice! Yeah, there's 5G in some places, but just very few places. Do you sit under the kotatsu at night and eat nabe and crab? No, we don't have a kotatsu actually. We don't have much Japanese furniture like that. Our home is more like Western style. We have floor heating though, which is very nice, so we use that a lot. Can I get an internet price check from you guys around the world? I pay $75 a month for 100 gig download. Wow, that's expensive. We pay about 2,000 yen a month for 1 gigabit fiber unlimited downloads, but that's extremely cheap. That's because our building has like a very good deal. Regular price would be about 5,000, 6,000 yen a month for that service. So that's $50 to $60. But all the internet in Japan is unlimited download. Ah, そのコーヒー屋さん600円で熱燗もあるみたいです。いつでもぜひ飲んでください。ありがとうございます。今度熱燗飲みます。Yes, my wife is Japanese. Favorite part of Tokyo? It's too many. I can't just pick one. That sounds like a pretty good deal, Ray. Which country are you in? Okay, I keep losing viewers as long as I sit here, so let's finish the coffee and keep on walking. Netherlands, I see. On mobile, I'm currently paying $0 per month for unlimited data, but that's just a 1-year limited campaign for Rakuten to get more subscribers. Then it will cost about $30 a month, but still unlimited data, both 4G and 5G. Pretty good deal. Anyway, let's keep on walking. Goちそうさまです。今見ました？
一瞬見ました。これ今違うけど、今違うの見て。
いいね、いいね。
すごい。
He's watching the stream now. ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。本当だ、出てる。
今度スウェーデン語とかもちょっと教えてください。
はい、今度。
英語とか。
じゃあ今度ちょっとスウェーデン会話しましょう。はい。あ、ハンフィンダー、ヘイド、タクスミケ、バイバイ。He's the best. He's just the best. Shall I? Yeah, let's make a run for it. Cross while it's still green. There we go. So 2 hours. Can someone look up what the previous record was? I think it was about 2.5 hours. My last time longest stream. And that time I also passed here. Remember? I was from Shinjuku to Akihabara. It used to be my longest stream. I've been streaming for 2 hours now, 2 hours and 6 minutes, and it'll be at least another hour until I reach Ueno. Konnichiwa. 2 hours 41 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right. We shall beat that. Shinjuku to Akihabara is a long way. Yeah. We're going even longer today. Power up achieved. You ski? No, never been skiing actually. Never in Japan, never in Sweden, never anywhere else. Seems fun though, would love to try sometime. But I'm more interested in cross-country skiing than downhill skiing, I think. Downhill skiing I would just break myself. Then I won't be able to do any more walks, so let's not do that. Hello people in chat. Where did he start? I started in Shinagawa, next to Shinagawa station. And now I'm passing Tokyo station very soon. "13,000 steps so far. You can see my heart rate too. I'm sure downhill skiing is fun too, yeah. I'm just saying that I would probably not be able to pull it off without having an accident. So, Tokyo station over here. Thank you, G-Man34. Thank you so much. Thank you. How long have you been walking for? I've been walking for 1 hour, 2 hours and 10 minutes so far. Tokyo station is a nice station. It's a beautiful building. Wish there were more of those in this town. I guess it's because it looks like a European building. That's why I like it so much. Homelessness an issue in Tokyo? Yes, it's complicated. You have a lot of people living in places that are like barely would qualify as a home, but at least it gives them a roof over their head. and I think that kind of helps to keep the statistics down a little bit. But you also see plenty of people sleeping on the streets and in parks in certain areas of Tokyo. So yeah, it's definitely an issue, but it's not as visible unless you actively look for it, as in many other cities. Have you ever been to Shakuji Koen? I have not actually, no. It's a part of Tokyo, it's in Nerima, right? That part of Tokyo is very alien to me. I haven't been there much at all. Would love to explore it more though. Seems like a nice part of Tokyo. Yeah, I've been passing homeless people in a few of my streams a couple of times. I try to not focus too much on them, or not at all actually, because I think that's kind of not very nice to them. But you see them, you will see them. There are homeless people in many parts of Tokyo, but they're usually a little bit hidden. Train tracks over there, so we're still within just a couple of meters from the train tracks, so we're still sticking to the theme of this walk. 2 layers of trains even. Chuo line on top and Yamanote line on bottom. Yeah, the homeless people here in Japan they're usually very kind of nice and polite and quiet. They're not like criminals or beggars or anything like that. It's just people who has been unfortunate. So yeah, there's not really much crime related to homelessness, at least not as far as I know. Like in many other cities, you would feel a little bit scared maybe when passing homeless people or a big group of homeless people, but I wouldn't feel scared or worried about them here. Is there any possibility you would ever go to Tanegashima in the future? Yes, I would love to go there, and there's a possibility I might go there in the future. So nothing concrete right now, but maybe, hopefully, since it's a part of the Kyushu, and I'm working with Kyushu right now, so. Again, super quiet around here, because this is also another office district, and since it's Saturday, everything is closed. Cross here maybe. We will soon reach Nihonbashi. Often considered like the geographical midpoint of Tokyo. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Thank you, Mr. Kudaranai, which is a pretty hilarious name, by the way. Thank you for always tuning into my streams. I hope you will continue to follow me next year, and for the little part that remains of this year as well. Tamachi station here.人が少ないですね。そうですね。この辺週末基本的に静かですね。That looks sharp. Yeah, it did. Very sharp needle sticking out of the ground. Oh, what's that orange thing? Yeah, I don't know. Art? An elephant? An orange unicorn? I don't know. Vote now. Unicorn. I'm getting a bit hungry. But maybe my lunch will have to wait until after the stream. We'll see. Let's focus on trying to make it to the goal. A weird contraption. Nihonbashi is near but not here. I think Nihonbashi is like a little bit further down this highway actually. So this place, this bridge is called Kamakura-bashi, Kamakura Bridge. Weird, all these highways built on top of rivers. Where are you originally from? I'm from Sweden. There's always space for more cone jokes on this channel. Sorry, who was that? Albert. Cone jokes are always welcome here. Server Nagidon. Oh, Nagidon would be nice. Let's walk down a block. Let's walk down to Shimbashi. I think that's a more interesting street. I apologize for the inconvenience. 今日はどこまで歩くの？今日は品川から上野までです。もしできれば、バッテリーがなくなる可能性があるけど、できれば上野まで行きたいです。Cones are tiny orange Christmas trees. They are. That's a very, very good description, I think. It's like a ghost town around here. No people at all. Sugo. ありがとうございます。なんか山手線一周を歩きたいと思います。でも1日で全部が無理ですけど、明日と明後日も続けます。Here we have another beautiful retro coffee shop, coffee house loft. Looks like they're still in operation. 頑張ってください。ありがとうございます。頑張ります。Thank you, Ray. Thank you for explaining the whole cone thing. It's just an observation that here in Japan I feel that I often see so many cones that are placed in very strange and often very pointless locations, and that has become a bit of a thing here, and that little thing has kind of escalated. How do you find writing Japanese in PC or phone? I think it's easier on a phone than on a PC to write Japanese. I use this swipe system of writing on the phone, so I think that's very efficient. On a PC it's a little bit more convoluted, or should I say convoluted. So we're already at Kanda station over here, with its shady back streets. for the light to turn green here. So current battery status 37%. So we have about a third left, which should mean close to an hour. I think we can make it to Ueno in an hour from here. That shouldn't be too difficult. We're almost, we're at Takanawa, which is very close to Akihabara, and Akihabara to Ueno is also not very far, so I think we'll be fine. Sorry, it's Sunday there or Saturday? It's Saturday here. Honda. Not to be confused with Canada. Have you ever been in Morocco? Yes, I have. I actually have relatives from Morocco. So I've been there. Not that many times though, but yes. In Honda. Canada. Yeah. Which city? I have relatives in Casablanca and El Jadida. I think my uncle has a summer apartment in El Jadida. Find it odd that you're watching tomorrow. Yeah, you're watching the future live. That is pretty cool. Oh, that green bridge you can see in the distance, that's near Akihabara. Only 1 hour from Fez. Yeah, I know Fez. I've never been, but I know. Quick to tell us the lottery numbers. Wish I could. We are getting close to breaking the record for the longest stream ever on my channel. That's exciting. But who knows? Maybe tomorrow we will stream even longer than today. there a lottery in Japan? Yes, there is. And it's actually a lot of people buy lottery tickets for the New Year's. They have like some extra big prize money. So you often see long queues for the lottery booths where you can buy those. Hour 33. Is that the previous record? Oh, no, that's the current time. Train tracks over there, so we're still staying close to the train tracks. As we should. What about museum district? Is there one in Japan? Difficult questions. There's actually lots of museums in Ueno, around Ueno Park. It's a very high density of museums, but there's a lot of museums in Tokyo actually, all over the place. So they're pretty much spread out. Photography museum, which is one of my favorites. It's located in Ebisu. Yeah, Shibuya is on the opposite side of Tokyo. Can you sometime in another stream pass by the coffee we spoke about earlier in the stream? You mean the classical music place, Lion in Shibuya? Yeah, I can do that. Wait, I think I passed there in my previous stream just a few days ago in Shibuya. I'm pretty sure I passed Lion, but I didn't really mention it or focus on it or anything. But you might be able to catch a glimpse of it in that stream, the Shibuya stream from what, 2-3 days ago? .241 my record. Okay, we're getting close. We are getting close. Gambling is not legal in Japan, no. But it's complicated, like many things in Japan. But it's basically not allowed, but there are a few loopholes around it. Catch the stream, I slept early that night. Yeah, you can watch it now. Yeah, it's still on my channel, so. Walking in Tokyo, I felt like people were often walking into me, not paying attention. Well, in a way, if you let them walk into you, isn't that a sign that you are not paying attention? At least that's how I see it. But of course, it takes two to tango. But I try to be aware of my surroundings. And it's sometimes a bit difficult when streaming, because I do also have to focus a little bit on the phone to stay up with the chat. But I also try to avoid the most crowded places. So I guess that's probably my secret trick. Even though, I mean, I do cross Shibuya Crossing in my streams every now and then, but I still try to kind of take the, walk where not all other people are walking, if that makes any sense. I don't know. And I'm sure I'm gonna bump into someone within 5 minutes after saying that. But you also have to remember that I'm not always looking at the phone. I'm not always looking in the same direction as the phone is pointing. Like when I cross the street and I shoot in the, sideways, then I'm still focused on what's ahead of me. So I guess all these years as a photographer has made me a little bit more, should I say, more conscious about how I frame my shots. Sometimes intentionally bump the guy who is oblivious around me in order to make them pay more attention. Yeah, that's a pretty good trick. I sometimes, like when I see people just staring at their phones while walking, I sometimes just stop in front of them. So a very passive aggressive way of showing my disappointment. I always like this little canal here. Shimbashi. That's what it's called. It's actually much nicer the other opposite side, but I won't cross there now. Do you know Mitsuya Miyamizu? No, I don't know who that is. We're still saving up for Tokyo Explorer's third cybernetic arm. Thank you. I'm looking forward to that. It will come in. It will be very, very helpful to me. Old Sega building. Looks so sad now. $241, so I guess we are breaking the record right now. Akihabara station over here. As I'm sure you all know by now, Akihabara is crazy crowded today. I will not walk on the main street here because it's too busy. Way too busy. Not possible to keep distance around here. Oh, this arcade has gone bankrupt. That was a bit quick. Record broken! Yay! Well done to us. We have like what, 20 minutes to go and we should be in Ueno. Classic Akihabara view, classic thumbnail image. But let's keep walking. Let's take a smaller street. It's just too much people here. Oh, thank you, Keyfree, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Very nice. I don't think we're anywhere near breaking the record in super chats today, though. But can't break all records every day. At least longest stream today. Let's aim for record number of viewers sometime soon. Maybe next stream, that would be nice. Are you near the hotel in Lost in Translation? No, I'm very far. Basically on the opposite side of central Tokyo. That hotel is in Shinjuku. Now I'm in Akihabara. Super chat record was a crazy day. I think I had one person donating like $50. That was probably the only time I got that big of a donation. Try for 500 likes. 432 right now. 500 we should be able to do. 30% battery left. Is there a chance you can go to a car meet? I don't even know what a car meet is, but since I have zero interest in cars, I don't think I would be the right person to attend something called a car meet. Oh, thank you, Anthony Zeng. Thank you very much. As a photographer, do you like Japanese art? I cannot say I have that much interest in Japanese art, no. Yeah, in that case maybe a little bit in Japanese photography, but not really. To be honest, I'm more, I don't know, I'm more the kind of person who produces things than consumes things. So yeah. I'm not very knowledgeable about neither Japanese art nor Japanese photography, to be honest. Oh, thank you, Kairul. Small contribution for your post-Christmas lunch and beer. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas and happy holidays for the super long live stream today. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around with me on this long stream. Doesn't like cars, doesn't like art, yeah. It's not that I don't like art. I do like art. I'm just not very, I don't know, I'm just not consuming so much of anything these days. I'm just producing, I'm just working all the time, so I don't have that much time to consume. And cars, yeah, zero interest in cars. Maybe we should pop in here at this nice little under train tracks shopping street. I passed here in many streams before, but it's always nice. It's always a nice little spot. Nice lights too. This is a place I would recommend. There's lots of interesting small designer shops here selling everything from jewelry to plastic toys to shoes made from kangaroo leather and everything in between. It's a fun place. You don't know about Daido Moriyama? Of course I know about Daido Moriyama. But that's what I meant. He's so super mainstream. Like anyone who is interested in Japan and photography, of course they know people like Daido Moriyama or Araki. But I'm not really knowledgeable about much more than that. That's what I was trying to say. Because again, I go to exhibitions every now and then, but I rarely see anything that's like stands out to me as being memorable anyway. And yeah, rather than looking at photos, I prefer to just be out taking photos. No, there's not apartments under the train tracks. It's only shops. I don't think anyone would like to live under the train tracks. What kind of photography do you do? Mostly travel photography. I work a lot with tourism boards and hotels and other entities where in the tourism industry, but I also do a lot of portrait photography. Portraits of couples and people, usually travelers visiting Tokyo, but obviously that part of my business has been very quiet for the last year. But in 2019 I did photo shoots almost every other day with like travelers and whatnot. And then I also do enjoy street photography a lot. So I did, before coming to Tokyo, I was pretty fascinated with Daido Moriyama's photos, but and I enjoy taking that kind of photos myself sometimes as well. We are close to Okachimachi station right now. I walked here before, yes. I really enjoy your photography on Instagram. Earlier in the video you mentioned the person sending you the newspaper or the wall. Do you have any street photography like that? Yes! Check my Instagram, and especially if you scroll down a bit. Now it's mostly travel photos there, but before I started this YouTube channel, that was an account where I posted lots of street photography. So please check that out. Thank you, Wilson Young. Thank you so much for the super chat. Suddenly people became very generous. That's very nice. Is it because I broke the record? もう10キロ以上歩いてますね。そうですね。もう10キロ以上ですよね。今日はすごくいい散歩だった。もっと歩きたい。でも電池がなくなるので、you want to break the super chat record. That would be nice. That would be very nice. But I don't think we're getting there today. What station name in Tokyo sounds the funniest? Oh, that's a good question, but difficult to answer. I've always enjoyed Takada Baba, just because it's so long and has so many syllables. Takada Baba, especially if you try to say it many times in a row. Takada Baba, Takada Baba, Takada Baba. What else? Other funny names are there? I think the Takanawa Gateway is funny in a way because it sounds so super generic, and that English edition makes no sense. It just sounds like they wanted to add some English in there to make it sound cool, so they added gateway. But gateway to what? There's nothing there. How could it be a gateway? Baba means a middle-aged woman too. Yeah, that's true. I think it's going to be pretty crowded around here too. On this side we have this Shotengai, and then on the other side is Ameoko, the market street, which are usually quite crowded on weekends. Oh, thank you, Donald. Another step towards the super chat record. What's your most favorite Tokyo? I don't know, I can't pick one. There's so many nice areas in Tokyo. Really depends. I will avoid the crowded streets. I will walk on smaller streets today. Nearing 3-hour stream, yeah, 2:58. Tokyo is very nice, especially at night, but it's a bit too crowded for my comfort right now. And no racism. You keep spamming the chat. We get your point, but this is not the right forum for that. So please make your own channel if you want to talk about those things. It's important stuff, I agree, but the chat of my channel is not really the right place for that kind of discussion. So this street should be a little bit more quiet. How are the batteries looking? 25% left now. Roughly an hour by 25%, then yeah, that sounds pretty much right. Could probably stretch it a little bit if I set the screen brightness to very low. Then it would be a little bit difficult to see my framing. Asian kebab. Oh, and Tokyo Skytree over there. No, the thing is I can't use a power bank while attached to my gimbal and using my windshield at the same time. So in that case I would have to remove the windshield, and that would probably increase the wind noise to uncomfortable levels. And also I think after 3-4 hours of walking I want a little break, so in that case it would make more sense for me to take a break and then start a new stream. I was actually thinking about that this morning, if I should try to do like 2-3 hour streams or something like that, but yeah, I need to get back home eventually anyway, so your arm must be hurting holding the phone. No, it's okay. It's not so heavy. Arm fatigue isn't really a problem. Yeah, we passed the 3-hour mark and we are just about to reach Ueno station. A place like this would actually not be bad for lunch. Maybe I could do that. Then again, I think I need to find a place where I can have lunch and charge my phone after this. I don't have a power bank with me, but the gimbal actually works as a power bank, so I can charge the phone from the gimbal. But plugging in cables to the phone while it's on the gimbal is also kind of not really great for the balancing. Yeah, the gimbal does double as a power bank. And the gimbal has really impressive battery life. It's still showing full battery even though I've been using it for 3 hours straight now. 3 hours and without the coffee? I did have a coffee, but no toilet. Yeah, that's true. But it's okay. I didn't drink anything, so other than that coffee. So, and I did go to the bathroom just before I started the stream. made it to Ueno. Let me find a good spot to wrap up this stream. But I do appreciate that so many of you joined me today. We've been around 500 people constantly, which isn't bad, although it's not really record-breaking, but it's what it is. Have you seen the toilet in Shibuya, the transparent one? Actually, I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but I've seen countless YouTube videos and Instagram posts about it. Go! Yeah! How many steps did we take? 18,200. 3 hours and 5 minutes. And we walked a little bit less than a third of the entire Yamanote line. So hopefully we can do the rest in the coming couple of days. At least tomorrow I should be able to stream. Not sure about my schedule after that. Obviously next time I will start here and continue. So no Ugui Sudani today, but maybe I will probably pass it tomorrow. Thank you for the happy moments. Thank you, Albert, and sorry about all the cone talk. I hope you enjoyed it despite all the cones, and that you're not feeling an urge to cone plane too much. Are you wearing a mask for 3 hours? Of course, I'm always wearing a mask when I'm outside. Longest stream I've ever seen. Yeah, longest stream I've ever made. Waiting for tomorrow. Thank you. Shinagawa から上野まで歩くの辛い。まあね。でもあんまりそんなに辛いではないけど、ちょっとお腹空いただけ。So it wasn't really tough or anything. It's just I'm a bit hungry now. So it's gonna be nice to have lunch. Oh, thanks Virtual Japan. Glad you stopped by here. Congratulations to all your fortunes and success on your channel. That's great to see. You're doing a good job. You're continuing the 4K walks that so many people crave, which is great. Arigatou gozaimashita. Arigatou gozaimashita. Roadstar, thank you so much. Merry Christmas from Canada. Thank you so much. Nice Street Fighter icon there. Ryu and Ken. Nice. Like that. Domo arigatou. Tack för att ni kom idag. Vielen Dank för den stream. Vielen Dank. Alice. Otsukaresama. Thanks by the way. Good to see you again. Ortiz Scones. Okay, wow, so many messages. Otsukaresama deshita. Okay, this stream will never I'm constipated. I will not be able to wrap this up. So Tokyo Explorer, is there any work trip coming in 2021? Yes, my next work trip will be in the end of January. So yeah, I will be in Tokyo for about a month, which is the longest stretch of time in Tokyo since the summer for me. So that's good. And again, I will do a live Patreon only live stream tonight, Japan time, where I will tell you all a little bit about my new upcoming YouTube plans. So make sure to tune into that if you're interested, and if you want to support the channel, also supporting me on Patreon is the best way to do so right now. The link is in the video description. And yeah, with that said, I think we will end the stream now.
again, thank you all so much, and see you all tomorrow. Bye bye. Hey do. Mata ne. Auf Wiedersehen.